What is going on, everybody? This is Rawstarr of the Burbank Misfits. And, of course, I am joined with my co-host, CW.
Yeah. Yeet.
Yeet, my dude.
I don't know.
Anyway, today we have a wonderful, beautiful guest today, whom I met, I met at bowling one time randomly.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, and so to give you a little information of what I could, I could find around about her. She started her career in 2019. She was December 2019's AVN Fresh Faces. She's a fellow Capricorn, so I gotta show love to my fellow Caps out there. Currently represented by OC Modeling. She, she lifts weights. She's done that a lot before she entered the industry. She still does it now. She's very active on all of her social media, so she likes to interact with her fans. She's very in tune to what they want and what they desire. And she always has a really good, fun, smiling face. You can't help but to notice that, and it just brings you so much joy. She has been on Brazzers, Dark X, Girlfriend Films, Mofos, and she's already box covered in her year career. So, without further ado, the wonderful, brilliant, beautiful Lilly Bell. How you doing?
Welcome.
That was awesome. What a build-up that was. Made me smile.
So, for the stuff that I didn't say, world out there, who is Lilly Bell?
These questions always make me sweat because it's like, all right, now I got to talk about myself. Okay.
You can say whatever you want. You can say like, "Hey, I'm Lilly Bell. I smoke marijuana."
I'm a person.
But literally that was exactly what I was about to start saying. I was like, well, my name's Lilly Bell. I smoke weed every day. I work out as well. I love watching reality TV. I love getting drunk with my friends. I love watching TikToks. Pretty basic 20-year-old shit. Or in their 20s shit.
You got to get high sometimes. That's how life is, especially during
the pandemic.
The pandemic.
Yeah, especially right now. There's not much else to do, so I've been getting high quite a bit.
Wow.
Like when the lockdown first happened, I got drunk by myself like quite a bit, and then I was like, okay, I need to stop doing this because I feel like it's gonna keep going on.
Like what you doing? Oh, who you hanging out with? By myself.
She definitely echoing.
I don't know why I'm echoing.
Anyway, you can't get drunk by yourself. I probably discovered that a little bit the hard way in college.
Yes. Yeah. Well, especially at IU, you both go to IU?
Yeah, we both went to IU.
Yeah, lots of drinking there, I've heard.
We have
lots of drinking.
We have a whole week dedicated to drinking.
Isn't it called like I Week?
I don't know. Is it called I Week now? It's Little 500.
Yeah. Okay.
And basically, like, I know it was one point where some teachers would let us out early because they knew that we'd be out there drinking.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
But back then when I don't drink anymore now. I've had my fair share of alcohol in my life to say that I don't need any more.
I hear you.
Really depends on who I'm seeing.
Yeah.
I'm a social drinker, but like I'm more of a smoker. But like if I'm hanging out with a lot of people that drink a lot, I'll have a few drinks.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're working out and stuff, you know how it is. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have all the drinks. Then you have like 3, and you're like, I'm so fucked up.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So
exactly.
How did you get in the industry?
Me, wow. Interesting story. So I started.
Tell us the origin story.
Okay, well, I started camming about 3 years ago now because I got in a bunch of car accidents. I'm a bad driver, and they were all my fault. I got into about 3 in 1 month. My car insurance dropped me. I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? Because I was working at an office job at the time. And so I wasn't making enough money there. So I started camming on Cam Soda. And then I started making a ton of money camming on Cam Soda. And I got kind of negligent with my office job. They ended up firing me. And then I was like, well, I guess I'm just going to start camming. So I just continued camming. And I was in a relationship. And that was kind of rocky for us. Because he, you know, had to go from me being an office assistant to being a sex worker. So that's a big jump, you know?
Yeah, that's a jump.
Yeah. So he was like, and what we weren't prepared for is, you know, I blocked Oregon and California because I was like, okay, I know people from my hometown went to California and I know like Oregon's where I'm from, so I'll block Oregon. But I didn't think to block New York, Florida, New Jersey, Indiana, Illinois. So all these people that my boyfriend went to college with in his fraternity all watched me online for like months, but we didn't know.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was some crazy stuff. And, you know, they didn't know it was me for a while, but then they would see, you know, him post photos of me, and then they finally put two and two together. And they originally thought that I was cheating on him. Like, he didn't know.
Huh? What's she doing? You cheating. That ain't her. Wait. That mole. That's the same mole. I've been watching you.
But
just to make sure it's not her, bro.
Well, that just proves like two things. One, that they were on the webcam sites paying to watch you. One, and and two, since they didn't say them for a while, that means they were enjoying the fruits.
Yeah,
and then not telling him about it. So
exactly. Yeah.
It's a trip when you happen upon someone you know. A little bit, you're like, do I say something? For me, the things have been, oh, is this like a home video? Oh, it's a home video. I don't know. Do I say something like somebody put you on blast on the internet? And then there's been the times where I've been like, wait, this professional. Wait, you got a whole channel. I guess that's what you do. And you haven't clued me into it, so I don't know you do that.
See, I can say this. Like, I know, like, about 2000.
Good at your job, but I'm not gonna say nothing.
2013, maybe. I want to say, 12. So I was at home and like just, you know, pop-ups on different websites. Yeah. And I remember one time, like one of my friends, this is before I knew she did porn. She just it was a pop-up. I'm like, oh my God, that's I'm gonna say her. That's Malaysia. Like, that's how I found out she did porn, CW.
Oh, you told me that. Yeah. You're like, hey, I don't think this is my friend.
But like, then I had to text her. I'm like, did you just do Dare Dorm?
That's hilarious.
Because like, I've been around the industry for 10 years. So, and I'm loving that picture in the background. But I've been around porn for like 10 years. No. Oh my God, I'm old. 12 years.
Longer now.
12 years. Oh my God. And like, so I'm used to it, but I wasn't prepared for certain people, like, you know, just to pop up, especially because there's a few folks I knew before they entered the industry. And some tell me like, bro, I'm gonna start doing scenes, whatever. And some are just happen to randomly pop up and it's like, hey, here's my titties.
Yeah, because they can just use their stuff for like promo and like take their shit.
Forever.
Yeah, nah. Forever. Like, I had a guy called me once and was like, hey, because I'm a personal trainer. And he was like, hey, somebody called me and said, your client, they saw videos of your client. And I was like, man, that's a fucking lie. She a nurse. She ain't do none of that.
She's a nurse.
I was like, let me call her. And I called her. I was like, somebody called me and told me. I was like, well, this is weird, but somebody said that, are there any videos of you on the internet doing stuff, like, professionally? And then there was a pause. And then she was like, yeah, that was a long time ago, it's out there. It's not, it's a different time in my life. And I was like,
Aw.
oh, I was prepared for you to say, nah, that's not me. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she was like, it's so old. You have to really be looking for me to find me.
Right.
And I was like, oh, well then, that's messed up. I guess
Well,
I know
you weren't
something.
even really looking. You stumbled upon it.
No, I didn't even stumble upon it. Someone told me, and I just straight called her like, man, you lying on my client. That ain't her.
Wow.
It was her.
Wow. Well, at least she owned it.
Yeah, she owned it. She's about to be a physician's assistant. So,
damn.
She's like, that part of my life was part of my life. It provided me a lot of opportunities to get to where I am now. So, whatever.
Yeah. That's where my friends are kind of at. Like, I have a friend that, would do really well on OnlyFans and camming and things like that, but she just doesn't not support it, but she's just like, those pictures will be out of me forever, and I just really can't handle that. And, like, I get it. Like, some people just can't handle that.
It's a lot of judgment. Like, somebody will be like, hey, I want to see some nudes, or can we take a video? Can we make a video, or blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, send me some nudes. I saw you naked on the internet. I can't believe you.
But I mean, I would say
then they think you're a whore for everyone.
Yeah, you're a whore.
The thing is,
I mean, you send me your pussy, but
the thing is, not like no matter what,
it's not supposed to be for everybody.
Like you are, yes, you are a adult entertainer, yes. But if anybody else like just take a nude picture for someone personally, that picture could be out there forever, depending on who they send it to, and if like that person, is a total a-hole or not, and going to put it on the internet, because that happened to one of my friends who isn't in the industry at all, and her picture is randomly out there.
Yeah,
I randomly saw it, and I'm like, I didn't know it was her, but I recognized her shower curtains. And I'm like, and then I had to go double check.
Her
Her
shower curtains?
Her shower curtains. Because it's like she posted a lot of pictures, selfies in the restroom.
Oh, you're like,
I like your attention to detail.
That's her rest.
Yeah. I'm a very detailed person.
Ain't nobody else got blue crabs on their shower curtain.
No. I'm not gonna show you her new picture, but like if you see her picture, she's always posting pictures of her in the shower, like in the restroom rather.
Yeah.
And like I recognize the shower curtains. I'm like, then I had to double check. I'm like, it is her.
See, now I just learned. I'm just like, I don't need to say anything. I don't really need to say anything unless it's on some like homegrown thing where one person I did tell, and she was like, "For real? Like I know exactly who it is. Thank you for telling me. Like I can't believe they posted that stuff."
She said she sent it to her. She sent it to her then boyfriend, who put it out there like that.
I never understand that. I mean, I guess I just never have understood that personally. Like, let me put your body on blast because I'm upset at you.
Well, and apparently it's illegal to do that now. Like, you can't do revenge porn.
Good.
Yeah. I had that shit happen to me in high school. It was, brutal.
High school.
And if
I'm glad I grew up in a time of dial-up.
Dial-up.
Yeah.
I grew up
I'm going to see that picture in 3 days.
I grew up in a time of flip phones, so we didn't have camera phones back in our high school days.
Right. Now this is like right when the LG phones started happening. You know, like the sidekicks and stuff like that.
Yeah, I had one of those where you flip up.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm old.
I gotta grab my charger here.
Jesus. I lost my train of thought with that. So, what made you transition from, doing cam to doing, hey, doing that?
Well, okay, so was in a relationship. I obviously, when you're watching girls on cam, you realize that other girls are shooting with other girls and making content and stuff like that. So you're kind of wanting to, be a part of that. I don't know if you guys are familiar with someone named Mandy K. She was on Cam Soda. She was like a Playboy girl of like 2014. But she was the first girl that I ever hooked up with ever in my life. And we did a content trip together. And that was just like a lot for my boyfriend. He was just like, you keep pushing me. And then eventually, I met Lainey Gray because her and I met prior to getting into porn. We met through Cam Soda. And so we did she's great. So we did a content trip together in Vegas with like 2 other girls. And then I was just like, wow, this is really life for me. Like, I love shooting. I love like doing stuff like this. And, I just pushed it down. I was like, I'm not going to do porn. Like, this man loves me. I'm going to have his children. Deal with it. Like, I was just like in that mindset. And then he bought me a trip to LA for my birthday, and I flipped out. Like, I was like, you know what LA is to me? Like, I want to go there to shoot porn. Like, why would you do that? I was actually a complete brat, which it's really nice he bought me a trip to LA if you think about it. But I just couldn't handle it because I was like, oh my God, that's like where everybody shoots, and that's where I'm supposed to be, and I'm being with you right now. Anyway, broke up for a little bit, tried to get back together. He took me on a trip to Hawaii, bought me this really nice handbag, and then I came back and found out he was cheating on me the whole time.
Oh,
like
shit!
Oh, wow. That sucks.
Yeah, and so I was like,
damn.
Wow. So this whole time that I was flipping out thinking, like, just fall back in love with this man, be with him, like, don't do porn, like, you're supposed to be with this person. He really was already talking to like so many other girls and had sex with someone like after he was babysitting my sister. He like went and dropped her out, and then and my sister is
this
special
motherfucker's
needs.
a trip.
My sister has special needs, and he said to her, I'm babysitting my friend's special needs sister right now, but I can hang out afterwards. So, like, trying to look like he's, like, like a God-sent person.
Damn.
Like, doing God's work. Yeah. It was
He...
crazy. Yeah.
So,
I'm
sorry.
With special needs. Yeah, you can come over after this. After that.
That.
Wow.
That,
Woo.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's some yeesh.
Yeah,
That's
my
really...
stepdad was ready to fucking punch him in the face. Like, he was heated.
You know what? And
it's
I
like
would justify that.
Starring all these complicated emotions in this person, like making a life decision based on their love for you, and you're like, I'm out here fucking.
But I do know that's one thing. So we were running.
You're
I'm here, Eric, a little bit. I'm sorry. That's one thing some people run into with relationships in the industry. That if both parties aren't performers, you run into that.
Difficult.
God, yeah. I mean, personally, for me, I don't think I can be. I'm a very jealous human being. Like, I know what I like and what I don't, and I feel that if I was in a relationship with someone else that's in the industry, if I didn't trust them wholeheartedly, like, it just wouldn't work. Because if I had to see them shooting content with other people and doing things like that, like, it would kind of like drive me nuts.
A lot of people wouldn't admit that.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. So, like, I mean, I get people that can't. I mean, if I like to, like, maybe get cucked and things like that, and I was, like, extremely secure with the person I was with, then I guess I could, but I don't know. I just don't see that happening. I just see being on my own right now, Just seems for what's best.
Well, yeah, why invite that kind of stress into your life?
Like, you're still super young right now, so you don't necessarily need to think about, forever for the moment,
Right. Exactly.
Forever's a long time.
God, it really is. And it's so crazy too, because when I was with him, I was like, oh, you're gonna be with him forever. Like, just try. And then, yeah, finding out that, I was like, it was literally like God presented my life on a silver platter and was like, bitch, leave him. And then I just was off.
He was like,
Great.
you normal thing? Here you go.
Yep. So that's basically my porn story. So after I saw that he was cheating, I signed boy girl, and the rest was history.
Interesting. This is not the first time we've heard a similar story.
I know.
Not the cheat, or maybe not the cheating, but
not
like
the cheating part, but like
started
how
camming. Boyfriend was either with it or not with it, and then ultimately gone, not with it.
Yeah.
It's usually how it goes down. I wish that it wasn't that way for most, but it just, a lot of like cis males just can't handle the heat of female sex worker. They just won't be able to.
Well, I know, like, just from my understanding about with some people, and it's something I've said before about if I was in a relationship with somebody in the industry, that I know my personal comfort level of what I wouldn't mind and what I would mind. And I've said before, like, there are some performers that only shoot girl.
Right.
And I said if somebody I was dating was only doing that, I wouldn't mind. No. But if they were doing boy girl, I don't know.
Yeah. I get it. And
that's just my personal security. I don't know. It's just, I'm comfortable with whatever, but like I know there's whatever's out there that's much better and longer than me. So I don't know if I could be like that's a fake scream. I know what that is. So
oh my gosh, that's funny.
I don't know. I've thought about it and I'm like, I guess it depends. I guess at that point, what are we asking? Are we asking for me to be emotionally and physically monogamous? Because it's your job. It's part of your job. So you're not going to be monogamous because it's your job. Me. So do I have to be physically monogamous? I guess if there's that understanding, then you have to really totally reorient how you think about relationships, because you got to take away all the stuff you brought in from the past about, I guess, possession, or I don't know. I feel like maybe I could do it, but there'd have to be like some strict emotional monogamy. And from watching from the outside in, things get a little fuzzy, it seems, between people sometimes. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I think everything that you're bringing up is complete valid points, because if you guys are like, if you shoot content with someone, for example, and then you guys are done shooting content and you send each other the content and that's it, that's all that it should be. There should never be any texting afterwards, or like just like sneaky little things, or like when you're on set. Like I've shot content with guys that have girlfriends and I'm like, you have a girlfriend right now, you really shouldn't be doing this. And I've shot content with guys that do have girlfriends and they are completely respectful, like really act like so the emotional stuff is super important. So if that starts to teeter-totter, you're screwed.
Yeah, some people don't know how to don't know that blurry line that's right there. And they got to make sure that, this is a career and we're trading or we're doing something together in order that both parties can make money. This isn't like, hey, I am having sex with you because I want you in this manner.
Right.
So
it's true. Yeah. I guess for me also, this is something that just, I have such bad trust issues from just what happened to me. So I just know for another reason why I won't get into a relationship is because I will project my own shit on that person, and the next person doesn't deserve that, because I need to work through my own trust issues before I blame it on somebody else.
Well, that makes sense. That's what everybody should do anyway. But some people can't handle being alone, so they just bounce around, and they never heal themselves before they can be with somebody else.
Oh, you gotta love yourself before you love somebody else.
RuPaul's famous quote: "How the hell are you gonna love somebody else?
Yes.
You don't love yourself."
But I do want to touch on something really quick before we go too far in. So, no. It's stuff that I have written down over here.
Yeah.
That I have in my little.
We're getting deep about love here.
My little note section. So, weightlifting. How did you get into that?
Well, my mom is a bodybuilder, and so I used to weigh close to right now I fluctuate. I'm not muscly at all right now. So I used to weigh 120 2 years ago with muscle. Mm-hmm. Now I weigh 106 to 110. But if I had muscle, it'd be different. But I got up to almost 160 in 2016. Which was pretty big for me. After that, I lost 15 pounds just getting in the gym with my mom, because I just couldn't believe that I got big like that. And then it kind of just stuck with me. And then the ex that I was just talking about, he was really into the gym, and so was I. And so we'd always be working out. So I just always have been doing it. And then when quarantine happened, all the gyms fucking closed. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And what I did for the last year with working out is I was a stripper. So I never weightlifted, because that's so taxing on your body all the time that I just had no motivation to work out. So I just got super trim, not muscly. It was a complete different look. But anyway, back to the quarantine thing. I bought this weightlift set. It's right over here. I don't know if I can flip the camera. Yeah, I can. But it just sits in the corner, and I need to use it. But yeah, weightlifting is really cool. It's good for your body. When I first started weightlifting, I was like, oh, I want to look like those girls. I want to make sure I have a big butt. I want this, I want that. And then you start to realize that it's not like that. It's genetic. And also your journey is going to be your own journey. You're not going to look like everybody else. And you just start to feel good. It's about feeling good after a second. So that's that. Yeah.
I know. Since that's his profession, because he's a personal trainer.
Also, that's right. Yeah.
One of the many things that he does, he personal trains, and I know that one of the main things that he was telling, some of his clients was he was trying to get them, slim down, and most of them wanted to gain booty, and that's what one of the things that he tried to help them do.
No, that thing, there was no try.
I'm sorry.
No matter what, that always happens.
He's
now, if they stomachs got bigger too.
I'm sorry to offend you. I'm sorry. He helped them gain their booty.
Well, shit. I mean, I'm in the need for a personal trainer, so if you can help me do that, then
are you? I don't know. I don't want to say.
I don't want to say your. I don't want to say your
location.
We don't know where everybody is.
Are you in CA or OR?
I'm in CA.
Okay. Well.
Oh. Okay. I have a gym.
He has a full gym that's open. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, well,
after this, we're on this podcast. Yeah, all right. Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought now.
All right.
Yeah, I moved out here 3 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's better for, for what you want to do to be out here, because, most of the money you can waste sometimes is flying. It's coming from OR to CA, in general. And then if you're just here yourself, you're not being paid to be here, you got to pay for whatever fees. So it's gonna be a pain in the butt, you know.
Yeah, LA is expensive and it's no fucking joke. Like, also the sales tax. I'm not used to that because Oregon doesn't have sales tax. So, like, that will really fuck you up.
Woo, yeah. You'd be like, wait, I got a whole fucking $1 or $10 in fucking tax? I thought I brought $5 just in case.
Do you know, like where I'm from Indiana originally, as you know, like they don't pay for bags out there in Indiana. So when my mom came and visited me, and like she was mad, she was getting mad at the employee because
Oh no,
they were like, because she had bought a whole she had bought a whole bunch of stuff because she was gonna be here for a week.
Yeah.
And like she got mad because she had to pay for like 6 bags, and it's only 60 cents, but it's the principle that she wasn't used to that yet, and she almost wanted me originally to just throw all the stuff in the back seat. I'm like, Mom, it's only 60 cents, but it's
That's funny
because
I'm
prepared.
like,
I like
who's
that.
gonna carry it, Eb? Who's gonna carry it?
You just said my mother's name, but
Excuse me.
They
They don't know what it's short for.
Oh my gosh.
Mama Rawstarr, is that what you want me to say?
Good one. It's a good.
No, but yeah. So yeah, me myself, I'm moving right now, and like the place that more than likely is gonna be where I live is $2,500 a month, and it's like, Jesus, you would think it'll be a little cheaper because of the pandemic, but no.
They want their money.
Jesus.
Wow. That yeah, because like in Oregon I paid $500, right? And now I pay $1,500. So big difference.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say this: when I lived in
People
Indiana,
will be like, "That's good rent. That's
like,
not bad.
I don't know what you have, but I know the place I lived in Indiana was $475 for a 3-bedroom townhouse, and that included all utilities except for water.
Wow.
I love that place. Then I moved out here, and like, I think I had rented a bedroom out, and it was $700. And then my first place I lived in LA, like in general, was $1,600, and a horrible apartment complex.
Damn.
At least I had roommates. It was a 4-bedroom.
Oh wait. Oh, you're talking about when we lived together.
I'm talking about 215. Yeah, that was $1,600.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
That wasn't too bad. That was 4-bedroom, 2 bath. I mean, someone was murdered in the stairwell a couple years after we left.
Oh, after you left. Okay.
But it was pretty shady.
Since I'm moving right now, and I had to list the last 3
they
places
stole
I
my
lived.
battery and my lights. I forgot about that.
And like the last 3 places I lived, whatever. And the thing is, I had to list this place, and so I went to look up the address. I mean, the address, but the phone number for it, and it's permanently closed now. And I'm like, what happened between when I left there in 2013 and today?
What happened in the last 6 months? Because I was looking at it 6 months ago.
And I looked at the price. The last price was $2,300 for this place, and it's not worth $2,300.
Well, yeah, I'm not good at math, so what would that
I mean, it was 4 bedrooms.
Yeah.
So you're only paying like 5 something.
What do you guys mind telling me what city it was in or what part it was in?
Sun Valley.
Oh, okay. The Valley is just very hot.
Like, I don't like everywhere I lived here in LA.
It is. I love the Valley.
I would never want to live south of Glendale.
I'm the only person
Who
I've ever met
loves the Valley? I'm sorry, that's just like I don't understand that.
I love it because
that's what most people say. They say, "How do you love the Valley?" And I'm like, "Well, it's hot. I like when it's hot."
Okay.
there's plenty of grocery stores around that are close. And
you don't have to worry about
it kind of reminds me of Indiana.
And for me, it's not
especially Burbank.
Depending on where you live, it's not as heavily trafficked.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As far as LA is concerned, and some of the violence level isn't as high in the valley as it is in other places of Los Angeles.
Right.
But we're not where the action is at all. It's really like, fuck, this is really family life.
Like where I live right now, like you can't hear. It's no sound.
He lives next to a cliff.
I live next to a cliff. Like literally, it's no sound up here. I live right next. I'm moving, so it doesn't matter. I live right next to the forest.
Nice.
To the forest, so it's no sound. Like I have a basketball court that I can't even go up to. So that's like I live in a house and we have our own personal basketball court. And I can't go up to it because there's no rail.
Spot.
So it's a nice place and it's quiet.
Nice smile.
Huh?
I thought someone said someone has a nice smile.
Oh, I was saying that was a nice spot. He had a nice spot.
Oh, God, I'm stoned.
But you have a nice smile also.
But Miss Bell, you do have a beautiful, beautiful smile.
I'm just gonna go into my shirt now.
You look fantastic.
That's so embarrassing. I was like, what? Okay.
You have a wonderful smile. If y'all haven't seen her smile,
she's like, okay, let's move past it. Let's move past it. She's like, okay, let's not do it anymore.
I was not fishing at all. I was just
I didn't feel like you were fishing.
Okay. We're talking about your spot.
The valley is, I mean, yeah, it's not really anything to do. Whenever I go out or go anywhere, I have to take like a $20 Uber ride to anywhere I actually want to be.
The one positive thing I do have to say about the valley is it does remind me of where I grew up as well. And there is you don't worry about parking. You don't have to stress about any parking when you're going there. But one thing you like is the heat. I don't like the heat. But I come from somewhere where it's fucking cold. So this heat is nothing to play around with. Like I'm dying.
Oh, yeah. It must be like, because I even get like kind of sick when it gets like past 105. I'm like,
in Vegas, it's almost laughable. I remember I got out to check my tires before I drove home, and I was like, just started laughing. I was like, this is insane. Like, I don't understand how people live here, and they're just like hanging out.
Yeah, because it feels like when you're outside, it feels like, is my skin about to like blister? Like it's so hot, you feel it like on your skin.
Yeah. And then in scenes, like, because you can't shoot with the air conditioning on, most of the time, I just drip sweat, like, much. And then my coat, which a lot of people are like, oh, you look good, it's super hot, like, you're glowing. And I'm just like, I can feel the sweat dripping into my eyelashes. It's like a lot.
It's like, at least you don't.
I'm really beautiful right now.
Like, if you perspire a lot more, it would be very noticeable. So
yeah.
And
man,
the thing is,
I didn't think about that.
I haven't been on a porn set in a while, so a long while now. But I do know, like, it was somewhere I was that, some places they have central air, you don't hear it.
Yeah.
They have that, the back. I don't want to say companies, but one company, they film like in an area that's like a back alley type like place, like a back alley type building, and that place just is always. It just looks like you'll just die inside if it's really hot. I don't want to say company's name, but those who listen to this and they are in the industry and they've been in this building and they know what I'm talking about, that's in Hollywood, they know what I'm talking about. I'll say that.
Yeah, I didn't really think about the heat and the sound and the like, oh, let me turn this AC off. I'm like, damn, it's like if anybody shot any content over this last weekend, I'm like, what?
Well, I mean,
Wow.
you have central airs, like you don't hear it, but it depends on how your air blows.
You might have to be like, hey, this is real fucking life. You hear that AC? This is really me.
To be honest, I shot content this last week and I didn't turn off my AC. Like, I was like, there's no fucking way. Like, I'd rather die.
No, because I feel like at that point you'd be like, oh, man, she was hot in the first 3 minutes, and now she just looks miserable.
I can see the difference between, if you're shooting your own content, it's whatever, because they know it's just you and the other party, or you and solo, or you and whatever. I mean, that's, that it's not you. But if it's a big, big production, like Dark X presents the Lilly Bell and Bella faction, and they need to have the air off. Yeah.
I just shot for them and I was dripping sweat. Like literally, like it. Yeah.
See, I just had a random company too. Perfect.
Yeah. Well, and I shot for them last year, and I was dripping sweat then too. And yeah.
Wow.
It just happens. I can't. And it's also funny too because I think I just get like before each scene. Like, I mean, I haven't really done too many scenes. Before, like, this last year, I did about 20 because I was traveling, and then then quarantine, stuff like that. And then I was out for about 3 months. So it wasn't really, like, a good first year. And then I've doubled my amount of scenes from being here in the past 3 months that I've done in the last year, which is really cool. There's a point of why I was saying this. Oh, because, and then since I'm doing so much boy-girl, every single boy-girl, I still get extremely nervous. And so I think that's why I'm sweating as well. Like, it's just like I can't help it. And, like, even if I, like, calm down, like, my body is just like, it's happening. Like, you're about to do, like, it's, and so, like, I just start to sweat, which I think is good to get butterflies. I wonder if that will ever stop.
It might, because, like, I don't know what month last year you started, but I do know you're still a year in. And then if you minus quarantine, because it was a time where y'all weren't supposed to be shooting at all. And like, if you minus that, it's technically only been a full year in general. If you add it up, really. So that's reasonable. I mean, you've done a lot in a year. I give you that. You're not being a slouch, but
definitely not. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of stuff. Like, I just had 7 straight days of boy girl. I've never worked like that in my life. Like, when people say this is like, how does that work? I'll tell you.
I said that's a lot of work. But tell me how it works.
Vitamin E oil up your pussy, Epsom salt baths, apple cider vinegar, throat sore, like things like when you're sucking dick a lot, sometimes your throat can get like fucked up. So just like doing tea. What else do I do? Boric acid up your vagina. That's really good for just like cleaning up any bacteria. HIPAA cleanse, like soap after every time that you're shooting. Like, I am super protective over my body. Like, it's like there's so much conditioning and treatment. Like, I just didn't really realize how athletic it is. Like, and I'm constantly sore. It's not just my vagina. It's my whole body. It's the bending and posing and like for like, blank amount of time per day, like in a row. It adds up. So, yeah. 7 days straight of boy girl is crazy.
I mean, from what I
Thanks for giving us the whole rundown on how to, keep yourself together after 7 days. Yeah. I think a lot of people probably don't even know that. To do all those things, keep themselves together.
I think like
they hear it, then they know. Now,
like if you're on set and you're doing, I know the extensive stuff they make you do on set, and doing that for 7 days straight, you are a good one.
Yeah.
That's because I know what goes on set sometimes.
Like that, that video. I'm motherfucking tired.
It was, yeah.
And depending on what you're doing in set scene, Like, because each scene is different. Because some scenes you have to come in and you have to, act, and you have to do all this acrobatic type stuff. And the other scenes is just like, hey, I'm Lily, I'm blah blah, scene, and then end. It's like, okay.
But 7 days, I guess that gives you like a bunch of content to.
Well, I think this is for companies, right?
For companies, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
well, it just like has a lot of stuff for you to be out there with various people without like wondering like, oh, is someone gonna book me this month, or like, do I have to worry about getting a booking next week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
well, and it's kind of crazy too, because like I didn't feel like I was getting booked really at all. Like I just, I'm very greedy. I know what I want, and so I just felt like things weren't happening. A lot of the bookings that I was having to get, like I was, DMing people on social media, getting in their face, like being like, hey, here I am, like, here's my pictures, notice me. It took some time, and then, people can say that you look good, but you have to fuck good, and that's what keeps things happening. And so it's all about like being, doing the best first impression in front of the camera. And I'm still learning that. Like sometimes you have bad days, and I've had 2 bad days within so far that I would say were like really bad for me, but it's just like you learn and get better, and I'm high and
how
rambling.
do you push through that?
God, it's also interesting too, because like sometimes like you may have like talked to someone like a little bit extra, and then you have a scene with them afterwards after talking, and you guys don't really talk anymore, and like you usually don't have to like fuck people that you don't talk to anymore,
Oh yeah.
And like that can be like a challenge, and I recently had to do that, and that was interesting, and it fucked me up. Like it was hard for us, I think, both to have a good scene because we both were kind of in our heads a little bit. But no one will know that in the outside, no one watching it would ever know. Because when I watched porn, I would never know that anything like that went on. Like I never thought about like people talking after set or like things like that, because I'm just watching the porn,
Well, I know a lot of people who ended up people know list because of that stuff, and a lot of stuff that goes on, in private and stuff that like I've been previewed to, and it's very interesting to know who feel they are forced to work with certain people because of this reason or another. And like sometimes you can see it and sometimes you cannot see it on camera. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the no list thing is a great thing to have. I just recently added a bunch of people to my no list that I just feel like, and then also, during everything that was happening, like on Twitter in the past, like 2 months, like you see things that, people were doing and how people were acting. And like, I don't want to fuck someone that's a bully,
Yeah.
So it's like, even just simple things like that, like they're on there, and I wonder if my agency's like, who can she? No, I'm just kidding. I have like under 10 people under there. It's really not a lot, but still, it's just like, yeah.
I get
it's a great thing to have.
I mean, like,
I feel like
the thing is, like, since we've been doing this podcast, and I've been I try to research everybody who's ever come on, just so I can have a little some knowledge of the person beforehand, because some of the stuff that I said to you about you when you first started is not, widely known. And but doing this, I go to certain agency sites, and like I see all the talent that they have, and even working with the Urban X Award, because I work with that award show. That's the main thing that I do, and like I have to go to every website to get all the information for every actress, whatever, and what have you. And it's like so many people in the industry now that if you have 6 or 7 people in your no list, that still leaves buku more people that you could,
Yeah, it's true. And it's funny, like a lot of like the people that I have on my no list really isn't because like we had a bad time on set. It's very rare when I have a bad time on set with a human. It's usually things that have happened offset, and then that is to why they are on my no list. Yeah, but like I really have had a pretty smooth ride into porn being on set. I you know, some girl, like when you were hearing things that happen, I feel like I'm pretty lucky so far. So, but I also feel like a lot of girls are. I don't know. It's an interesting, thing to talk about because it seems like, I don't know, my mom definitely is like, you keep telling me all these stories all the time and it just sounds like it's getting worse and worse. Like, why are you even doing this? And it's like, I don't think it's getting worse. I think sometimes things have to get worse to get better. Like, if anything, having all this stuff that happened and all these people getting outed for the wrong things they were doing, it just makes everything safer in the long run.
Well,
Yeah.
I think they get in
like
trouble
if you're
for
like reporting and saying like this happened in the industry today, it's like, well, look how long it wasn't happening in the industry. And when you're saying like having people on no list and it's being mostly outside of like not on set, like, well, you know, despite what some people feel or think, set a very intimate thing. So like you want to at least get along with the person that you're doing it on camera in front of other people for. Yeah,
for real. You really
at least
do.
Minimally.
So,
yeah.
Because in real life, you're only fucking the people that you really are you really want to fuck.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like for me now, with it, just be nice to me and I'll fuck you on, like, that's not like with regular people, but just like on set and stuff. Like, just that's the least that I ask. Yeah.
Yeah. So we about to fuck, and you can't be like, hey, hi, how are you? Or no, oh, that was offensive. I'll try not to do that. Nope.
Wait, what do you mean?
No, I'm just saying, like, I hear a lot of stars talk about disrespect or when I see like people mention like new talent, especially new male talent.
Yeah.
One of the things I notice, I'm like, are they, I mean, okay, the sex stuff is important. But then I notice, oh, they say, and he's very respectful. And it's like, well, shouldn't they just be already?
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't he be like, hey, ladies, this is a plus. This guy is not like a fucking tool or jerk. And I'm like, well, I mean, this job, I feel, would be one, as a guy, why would you? I mean, I guess it's still like a male, as far as production, a male-dominated industry, as far as who owns the mean of productions.
Yeah.
Means of production. But I feel like you're about to have sex with somebody. Why would you want to upset them? Like, doesn't that make the coochie go dry?
Yeah. You know, some guys, I think, get turned on by being rude to women. Like, that turns them on.
That's true.
I mean,
that
do,
is true.
But, like,
I do know guys like that.
The thing is, like, from what I understand, it's like, it's better to know.
Sorry, I hit my shelf and I almost dropped a bunch of stuff.
That would have sucked.
Oh, shit.
I know.
But, it's better to, like, you know, have a good working relationship with somebody, because once everybody just feels that you're a complete a-hole, you get put on so many lists that you don't want to be on. And some people can prosper because they're friends with certain people, and it's tragic that certain people, you know, can get away with it. I'm not going to say any names, but certain people can get away with it, and it's constant, and they're known for it, but they can't put them on certain lists because of that person's name value. So it sucks in that way also.
It really does. Yeah, I mean, and you know, with what you said about where it's like, people always say, oh, that guy was respectful. It's like, yeah, that's the least that he should be doing. That's such a good point, because it's just like most guys really aren't. Most guys don't ask, hey, is it like okay that I touch you here before they do. Like, I genuinely like appreciate that. Like, I really like the overly consent. Like, I like I don't know, I do. But then also I have been turned on by someone just coming up and touching me. So it is this like, but it also depends on the person. So it is like tough.
Well, that's why
I don't know.
That's why I feel
Yeah.
sometimes
What
it's better
what
to.
do the young people say now, Rawstarr? Vibes.
Yeah, it is really based off all on vibes. It's true. So I think, and that's like also just being able to read somebody. Like, I've had guys that I feel like clearly could read my body language and they still just didn't care, but yeah. And, with being a stripper in the last year, I just realized that a lot of men would rather say sorry than ask for permission. And that's like,
They've been listening to too much Drake.
Is that a Drake lyric or something?
Yeah, he says, 40 says, don't, what he say? Don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness.
Ah.
And I'm like,
That's it.
no. I see what you're trying to say, but people are going to take that long. People are just going to apply that blankly to their life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's true. Well, yeah, I didn't know that was a Drake lyric, but I mean, I would quote him, so I guess.
So I would say this before we we're getting toward the end. So what else makes Lilly Lilly?
I don't know, being goofy, being funny. Like, I just like, I don't know, like being, that's a tough question. I'm stoned. I don't know what to say. Like, I like just chill people and just, I don't know. Let's go. Like, give me a parameter of where I should be, like.
Anywhere you want to be, because this, like, honestly, this whole podcast is about you.
Yeah, I know. It's so funny when
this is Lilly time.
I get really, I like sometimes I feel like I'm narcissistic. Like, I'll watch my own stuff and like, I like I'll get off to my own things and stuff like that. But like when things are like focused on me, like sometimes I get awkward and I don't know what to talk about. Which is so silly, but it's like, because I'm like, think of something exciting to say, but it's like,
it could be whatever. You could come out and say, you know what?
I'm really not that exciting.
I'm Lilly Bell. I'm Lilly Bell, and I
feel the same way. They're like, man, say something. I don't know.
Yeah, like,
I don't know.
I mean,
wait till you're not focused on me, and then I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't know. I'm very passionate about things that are happening in the world right now. I think it's super important to just be up and up and things, and just be always pushing people to be better and more respectful, and have, tough conversations with your parents and other individuals that don't see that, Trump is an awful person and different things like that. Like, there's just so much, like, justice that needs to be served in so many different ways on so many different platforms. Like, our world is burning. We're all going to die.
Literally.
Like, I don't know. So I think that's something that I'm majorly about right now. But it also seems like we can't do, like, it's, yeah. So, like, do you get what I'm saying?
It's like the world's ending.
Yeah.
It feels like the world's ending. And I don't know, and I don't want to say just American side, but it feels like here we've all been taught, like, you can do something about it. Mm-hmm. You can do something to change the world. And it's like the world's burning, and try as I might, I don't think there's anything I can do. Am I really like, I feel like old people used to say, we living in the end times, but I'm like, I don't know. Like, maybe we got it. Maybe there won't be like a 2021, 2000 and maybe it won't be a 2100 for humanity.
I just remember watching Leonardo DiCaprio's National Geographic film Before the Flood, and that was like in 2015. And some guy in NASA was basically saying, as time goes on, in the climate, more and more natural disasters are just going to keep happening. And as they get more and more frequent, you know, we're all just going to become numb to it, just like we've become numb to all these current events, because we're thrown so many events so much at once that it's just, we're like, oh, there's another thing, you know? So it's just like literally like, look at the sky right now. Like, this is some real shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a real. Yeah, as I've been walking out the last few days, I've been like, this shit looks like before the event happens in an apocalypse movie.
Literally, like in Salem, Oregon, and stuff like in like the rural parts of Oregon, it's orange and red, like you're in hell. That is insane.
I seen pictures from that.
Yeah.
And I found it weird that when LA had that heat wave, when it was 115 in LA, it was snowing like three states over in Colorado. I'm like,
yeah, my bank lady's in Colorado. That's what she was saying.
Like, it's
I was
snowing.
like, what the hell?
Like, it's snow right now.
Oh.
And it's September. It's not December. It's not winter. It's not winter.
Yeah,
Crazy.
but it's also 115 in September.
I mean, I can see that. I mean, that's feasible because it's still summer. Spring
Crazy.
Spring isn't until not spring, but fall isn't until much later this month. It's still summer, but it's snowing. It's summer in Colorado.
Hey,
I would just say
It's
the best thing
times.
to do right now is just like take care of your mental health, you know, do what makes you happy, because we don't know how long we have with all these things that are going on, and just to be super kind to other people, because like we're all in this together, literally, like this is our world. So
I always try to be nice to everybody, but people think I'm too nice, and it's weird. Hey, I'll just hold it then. So, Miss Lilly, since we have reached the end of the podcast, can you please tell everybody where they can find you, where they can look you up, where they can pay for your stuff, pay for her stuff, pay for her stuff.
Hey.
Okay, well, my OnlyFans, obviously, everyone loves that platform. So you can find me there at Lilly_Bell XXX, and that is like my main platform where all my shit is. So that's where I would like everybody to go. My Instagram is Bell_Ball_X, and then that's my Twitter. My Instagram is just Bell_Ball, no X. So those are my socials.
Okay, you have a mini
Follow
vid.
me.
You have a mini vid.
I don't. No, I'm lame. I know. I need to like get on.
No. You don't need to have one. I just wanted to make sure that every avenue that anybody out there who cares to listen to this podcast, who wants to support you in every single way, in every aspect of who you are, from your smile to your views to the fun personality that they just heard, that they get every aspect of what Lilly Bell is. So I just want to make sure that I know it's up there. CW, please tell the world where they can find you really quick.
Where can they find me? You can find. No, I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to do it again. No, I've been saying you can find me in the club. It's going okay. I'm dating myself. All right.
I like that.
You can find my personal Instagram on Instagram. Christopher _ Willie with an IE _J. Instagram, you can find me CC Fitness LA if you want anything to do with the gym. I don't know. I'm slowly not using the Christopher _ Willie. And I post a lot of fucked up memes there. Anyway, moving on. CC Fitness LA on Twitter, and CC Fitness on Facebook, and CC Fitness LA again on Instagram for any gym-related things, or if you're wondering why I'm not responding on my other Instagram.
Okay, you can find me at Rawstarr, RAWSTARR on Instagram and on Twitter. You can find us at the Burbank Misfits on Instagram, Burbank Misfits on Twitter. Twitter and on Facebook, or burbankmisfits.com. From everything that we do, from web design, computer graphics, this fun podcast, photography, and everything that CW does with his gym and his exercise. We do a lot of stuff. We have a lot of fun, and we want to thank so much Miss Bell for joining us. She is so much of a joy. And
this is a good one.
And
just
such a beautiful personality, and everything about her just screams greatness. So just continue to watch her as she blossoms more in her career, and make sure you go out there and support her, and tell other agencies out there to book her with whoever you want to see her with, and that'd be greatly appreciated. So please tune in next week, and we'll talk to you then.